Please make your way to the seating area. You're gonna like this story because it's about you. When does it start? With a flight time that works for you and him. Where does this story take place? Destinations far, far, far away, or ones you used to call home. And if you need to rewrite it, there's no fee to change your flight. Where should we go next? Well, that's up to you. Because when we built the world's biggest airline, we built it around you.
Please welcome Executive Vice President and Chief Operations Officer at United Airlines, Toby Enquist.
Good morning, good morning. I am so excited to be here. I've been with this company for 29 years, and almost all of those years I've been waiting for us to connect the train to nowhere to somewhere. So we're here to celebrate that. I have the distinguished pleasure and honor to invite the main speaker. But before I do that, I just want to thank three group of people. So first, number one, our employees are our Dulles-based employees. We just finished what we call our Super Bowl week, which is the week of Thanksgiving, and Dulles led the way. And yes, yeah, it was yesterday, right? No, Sunday. Sunday was the busiest day in our history, and we were number one in the industry, and Dulles again led the way. So I just want to thank the Dulles team. So that's number one. Number two, what I really want to thank is MWA, and especially Jack Potter, and he will be up here speaking later. I think that what we've been able to do together is really show how powerful a partnership between an airport and the best airline in the world can be. So we're super excited. I'm super excited about this project, but I'm even more excited about this next phase and the next phase, and being able to really develop Dulles to the biggest opportunities for us. So that's number two. And then number three, and lastly, I just want to thank our customers, especially in this area. There's 3 different airports pretty close to together. You have a choice, and more we're seeing you coming over. And if you try us, I think you're going to stick with us. So I really appreciate it. So thank you for all the customers. All right, enough from me. We're here for the main speaker, and he's my boss, so I have to be really nice to him. But he's done just a fabulous job. We got a gift from one of our competitors to have him, and he's really turned us around. So I'm just so thrilled for you to hear him. He's a machine. He's tough, but he's fair. And all he wants us to be is the best airline in aviation history. So with that, and he's good looking too. With that, Scott, come on out.
Thank you, sir. All right. That's a new rule. Everyone has to add the good-looking part to all my intros in the future. That's the best part. Well, thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Toby, for the intro. It's an exciting day here at Dulles for us at United, but it's an exciting time here at United. And, Toby talked about Thanksgiving being a record, and the Sunday after Thanksgiving wasn't just a record, it was a record by a mile. We had 25% more revenue than we had in the second highest day in our history. But not only did we have the most passengers and the most revenue that we've had in our history, over the Thanksgiving holiday, we also had the highest single day NPS that we've ever had since we started doing the surveys in our entire history. And, it's culminating, capping off what I think has probably been the best year in our history. Our people are doing an amazing job. And while I'm going to talk about Dulles, I want to really say what has changed United, and not just changed United, what is changing the industry are the people of United Airlines. Like, I've had a really fun day today. I got to do a bunch of TV interviews, which is mostly fun, and talk to a bunch of people, and it's exciting and it's fun. But my favorite thing that I've done today was walking on the airplane with all of you that are sitting here, the volunteers, the flight attendants, the pilots, the customer service agents, the technicians who are out here helping and volunteering. And the reason that's the favorite part of my day is because they are what is making United the best airline in the history of aviation. We are in the people business, and how we make people feel. These great airplanes are great. These new airplanes are awesome. But how we make people feel is the most important thing that we do. And there's nothing that matters more than walking onto an airplane and there's two flight attendants standing in the galley that are smiling, that are positive, that you can tell are happy, that are proud to be at United Airlines and proud of what we stand for and what we do at United. There's nothing we can do that matters as much as that. A captain walking out of the cockpit and talking to customers. On my flight up from Dallas yesterday, the captain did it, and we were going to have a little delay, and he explained it, and it was short, and we got here on time anyway. But just like the captain coming out and doing that makes all the difference. And those little moments where we're not only connecting people and uniting the world by flying them, we're connecting with people on board the aircraft and in the terminals is what is making United great. And I think we are the biggest, but I think we're the best airline in the world today. So to all of you who make that happen every day, a huge, huge thank you. You are changing United Airlines. You've changed United Airlines, and you're changing the entire industry. And in that vein, one of the latest to be proud of is the expansion here at Dulles. And the infamous train to nowhere, Toby always said it, Art already said it, he stole my line. The infamous train to nowhere is finally going to be a train to somewhere. How many of you have taken the train out and walked back to the terminal? I do it too. Well, now you can get on international flights, and having a facility with 14 more international capable gates is going to let us double the international service out of here. And so one of the byproducts of the pandemic actually was we didn't really appreciate how much demand there was to and from the nation's capital for international service. It used to be the easy thing to do was the easy, safe thing to do, add another flight to Heathrow. During the pandemic, we were forced to experiment and try flying to Accra and other points around the globe, and they've done really, really well. And so this is going to be critical to our ability to keep expanding, adding more connecting points. It's not just important for United, not just important for this community, but important for the country. Giving people around the world a way to get to and from the nation's capital is a mission that's bigger than just United Airlines. And so it's our honor to be a part of that. I also appreciate all the support that we've had locally, and I'm about to introduce Jack Potter from MWA. Wouldn't be possible without his support, but also the Virginia delegation. When we set out to do things like this, sometimes it's really, really difficult to get projects over the finish line. But here in Northern Virginia, doesn't matter which side of the aisle you're on, people are supportive. They recognize that driving a stronger economy here in Northern Virginia is good. It's good for the nation's capital, it's good for the country, but it's also good for the local communities. So we've had incredible support. But before I introduce Drac, I just want to once again say thank you to all of our people who are making United great, and all the customers who feel it. I love getting on our airplanes. I like walking around and people on the street stopping me to tell me stories about United Airlines, and almost always those stories are about something that a flight attendant did for them, something that a pilot said to them, something that a gate agent took care of for them, and they're all these positive, very personal stories. And so thank you to all of you for doing that. It's an exciting time here at United. It's exciting to be growing like we are growing. It's exciting to be creating careers for people where they can spend their whole career here, support a family, send their kids to college, and we're really proud of everything, and I am proud of the people. I'm proud to be on the team with all of the people at United. So thank you to all of you. Thank you to all of our customers that fly. And with that, I'll bring on the man without whom this project wouldn't be possible. Jack Potter has been a big supporter of growing the whole system here in DC. He works, he helps National Airport as well as us out here. I wish he'd focus only on Dulles, but he does help both airports. But he's been a great advocate for the airspace and the airports here, and glad that he could help get this signature project over the finish line for us. So Jack, come on out. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Dulles International Airport. It's great to see so many people out here. You know, this day wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for a lot of hard work, and it didn't begin today. It's in years in the making. If you think about this, Dulles Airport peaked at in 2005 in terms of the number of passengers, and since 2005, we've kind of dipped down. The good news is that we've recovered from COVID. The good news is that we will set a record this year for the number of passengers at Dulles Airport. So I want to thank United Airlines and all the other airlines that are here for making that happen. And as Scott said earlier, he talked about the fact that people say the train to nowhere. Well, I have to tell you, the most difficult question to answer walking around the airport, and one I've probably been asked about more than not, probably most often is, why do I have to walk back from that train station to the sea gates? Well, I'm excited. I'm really excited to say, take the escalator and go see why we did that train station where it is, because when this is built, that will be the case. So really exciting day. And as I said, it's been long in the making. But we have over $500 million that's going to be invested in this new concourse. And we have a lot of people to thank for that. Obviously, United Airlines, because they're making an investment not only in this concourse, but they've made a commitment, along with the other airlines, for another $7 billion over the next 15 years at Dulles International Airport. That's a sign that we've just begun to grow. We've begun to contribute, and our role in life is to make sure that we contribute to the local economy. And how do we contribute to the local economy? By having as much traffic into and out of our airports, serving as many destinations around the world as we possibly can, and with as many airlines, believe it or not, as possible. Over 40 airlines at Dulles International Airport. So we want to serve everybody. And we are counting on our partner United to lead the way, and they have led the way, and they will continue to lead the way. And so we're really excited about that. But it takes a whole lot of folks. You know, part of the over $200 million we are getting for this new concourse in the form of grants from the federal government. And I'd be remiss if I didn't start by thanking Senator Kane, Senator Warner, and all of those folks who represent us on Capitol, our entire congressional delegation, for making that happen. Because at the end of the day, if airlines can't come here and make money, and customers don't have the great quality of service, they're not going to come. And so our philosophy is contribute to the economy and do the best we can to provide excellent customer service. I want to thank the United employees here. You guys do a fabulous job. You're going to continue to grow. We look forward to working with you. I want to thank Rich Golanowski, our airport manager, and the entire MWA team for all the work that they do. I want to thank our board members who are here in the front row, some of our board members. I want to thank you folks for being here. It's really important to have the goodwill of everyone behind us. Representing the governor, I have my good friend Shep Miller, who will be speaking in a few minutes. Thank you for all of your support. And you can't go anywhere without a plane. So thank you, Airbus, and love that new plane. Excited to have taken a tour of it. Really a fabulous day for us. It's just the beginning, folks, though. It's the beginning of us reinventing this airport to better serve the traveling public. And I can't thank United enough for their confidence in us to make the investment to grow here at Dulles Airport. So thank you very much. Enjoy the day.
Please give a warm welcome to Secretary of Transportation, Commonwealth of Virginia, Shep Miller.
Well, good morning. How's everybody today? Really pleased to be here, and thank you for allowing me to be here. Scott, what a pleasure to be part of this ceremony today. Toby, when he introduced you, said that you were good looking and that you really worked hard. I know a guy like that. He's my boss. And so welcome from the governor of Virginia as well, Glenn Youngkin. He's a similar guy. He's very handsome and he works hard and he's really smart. And we just try to keep up with him every day. Jack Potter, wow, you got to be very pleased about what's happened in the last 14 years on your watch here at MWA and specifically at Dulles. And you deserve a heck of a lot of credit for the work that you've done and where you are and here in Dulles and in National as well in Reagan. So thank you so much for that. And the board, of course, the board at the end of the day are the owners of this enterprise, and he recognized them, and we got a couple members from Virginia here as well, Mr. Alex Vogel and Taylor Chess, so a couple Virginia members. And I'm joined by our Director of Aviation, Greg Campbell. He's in charge of aviation for the Commonwealth of Virginia, and my deputy, Michael Sargent. So I really appreciate you being here, letting me be here today. Thanks to Scott and to Jack and all the team for your joint leadership, your collaboration, as we continue to see investment and growth here at Dulles. And we certainly appreciate your commitment here in Virginia. How about this A321neo? That is so cool. The chief pilot took me on board, allowed me to get up in the cockpit and sit in the seat. And I tried to start the thing up, but they said it might be too loud and it might get too hot in here. So she smacked my hand and I was not allowed to fire it up. But, you know, it's really a pleasure for me, not just to be Secretary of Transportation and be here, but I'm very blessed that I had a grandfather who was an aviation pioneer and got his wings in 1919 and started flying and was an army guy who built bomber bases across the country and retired in 1945. And in those days, when he started flying, he told me the average distance between forced landing pilots was 500 miles. You're coming down every 500 miles, whether you like it or not. And of course, planes were very different then. They flew differently and they were much lighter and their stall speeds were different and so forth. But I have many pictures of planes crashed in trees that he crashed. And of course, he survived or I wouldn't be here, but it's just a real pleasure. Over the past decade, we've seen tremendous and significant growth here at United Airlines at Dulles. By working together, we've seen United grow leaps and bounds, acting not only as international connector for over 240 daily flights, but as an economic engine for Northern Virginia and the entire Commonwealth. Today, United employs thousands of Virginians, and we've seen the airline nearly quadruple in size since it came to Dulles nearly 40 years ago. In fact, percentage-wise, Dulles is slated to be United's fastest growing hub between now and 2030. And I can tell you the Commonwealth is very excited to see this growth. I'm especially excited to see the new Concourse E when it's complete, along with the new best-in-class in-flight training facility, which will be located in Fairfax County. All of this will better connect Virginia and our national capital region to the world, while creating good-paying jobs, spurring economic development, and driving the Commonwealth forward. I will close with this. The Commonwealth remains committed to seeing United grow at Dulles. As the top state for business, let me reemphasize that. Virginia is the top state for business in the United States. As the top state for business, I can tell you it only seems fitting that the largest and fastest growing airline in the world continues to do business right here in Virginia. And Scott, I followed your career in the airlines, and somebody told me you might be the smartest person in the airline business, and I'm not so sure that's not true. I grew up in Norfolk, Virginia. That was a Piedmont place. Now Piedmont's part of American. I talked to your colleague a couple weeks ago, and I was all about American, but today I am all about United, Scott, the #1 airline. So the work that you've done to bring it here is just tremendous. And by continuing to work together, we will see more business and more record growth at Dulles and across the Commonwealth. I look forward to seeing more flights added and more Virginians hired as we continue down this trajectory of growth and success together. And as a large guy, and no, I'm not one of the handsome guys, Scott, it's really nice to see those big first-class seats on that airplane. That's what I fly these days because it fits my physique a little better. So as I said, I look forward to seeing more flights added and more Virginians hired as we continue down this trajectory in growth and success together. Thank you again to United Airlines and to MWA for your commitment to the Commonwealth. I assure you we're all equally committed to your success. And again, greetings from the Governor, Glenn Youngkin. I appreciate you having me here today. Very excited to be here, and go United Airlines.
Please welcome the Senior Vice President, Customers at Airbus, Colin Bowl.
Mr. Secretary, Scott, Jack, Toby, dear guests, good morning. Delighted to be here this morning. Glad that we could join you here at Airbus and with you to highlight United, Dulles Airport, and the Washington routes that we all have. Because you may not know, but Airbus's own North America headquarters are just across the street. We're here. We're in Dulles. We've been here for a long time. And we have some fantastic views each and every day over the airport. We can actually keep a good handle on the United operation, make sure everything is running smoothly. And we really enjoy watching those aircraft take off every morning, every afternoon, and particularly those United ones. And what we like even more, of course, and we're going to enjoy more and more of that, we know, is to see those beautiful A321neos in United colors take off and land every day. Around this time last year, we were celebrating, gathered in Houston for what was the first A321neo delivery and the first service, actually, out of Houston Airport. Since then, a lot of things have happened. Fast forward to today, United has, if I'm correct, Toby, you might prove me wrong, but I think 25 of those A321neos in the fleet. There are 155 more of those on back order. And that includes both A321neos that you can see here, but also a really exciting plane that's going to be coming to Dulles soon. And hopefully will come to Dulles with United also, called the A321XLR, which will really allow the airline to expand its range out of Dulles and other airports in the network. Another thing you might want to know is that Airbus is a European company to start with, but 9 of those 25 aircraft that have been delivered so far were actually manufactured in Mobile, Alabama. And many, if not most, of the 155 that I mentioned, and hopefully others, will be coming out of Mobile also. So we at Airbus are delighted to be playing a key role in the United Next strategy and bringing United to the new heights that Scott was highlighting. We are confident that the 321neo and the A321XLR after that will be game changers to support United's ambitious growth plans. You'll get to see the aircraft in a few minutes, but a couple of things I'd like to highlight is that it really allows the airline to upgauge the domestic capacity and taking the customer service standards to a different level. Shep, you were mentioning those large seats. I think everybody will enjoy those, and they're not only large, they're really, really nice together with the screens. The airspace cabin and the features create really exclusive atmosphere that transforms the passenger experience. Now, there's also another element, which is sustainability, and this aircraft brings a more than 20% reduction in fuel burn and CO2 emission compared to previous generation aircraft, together with significant reductions in NOx, nitrogen oxide emissions, and as well as half the noise footprint of previous generation aircraft. My office is right overlooking the runway. I can tell the difference between a noisy aircraft and a quiet aircraft. So this one I probably will miss, but I need to keep my eyes up a little bit. At Airbus, we do prioritize the environment, and we consider our responsibility also to protect it. And the overriding goal in everything we do is to pioneer sustainable aerospace for a safe and united world, which actually bears significant commonality with United's mission standard, which you have there, connecting people and uniting the world. So we're aligned in our goals. We're proud to be here. We're proud to be providing the right aircraft for United as it serves its customers out of Washington Dulles Airport and the world beyond. Thank you very much. We're proud to be here with you today. Have a great day.
Please welcome the Managing Director, Dulles Hub, United Airlines, Henry Bird.
So thank you. On behalf of the over 8,000 United employees that call the DC area home, many of them in Virginia, sir, we'd like to thank you all. Thank you for the speakers today. Thank you for all of us joining in the crowd. We really want to thank you for the belief in this team here. We want to thank you for the investment, and we want to thank you for the commitment to the future of Dulles. We absolutely understand that as a team, it's an incredible responsibility, one that we take very seriously, and one that we understand that we have to earn every single day. Toby mentioned that our Dulles Hub was leading our United performance for the month of November. We're also leading for the year, by the way. But even more importantly, our Dulles Hub, your United Dulles Hub, is leading all major carriers in the DC region. So we're going to continue to do that. That's not the first time that's happened. Certainly won't be the last time. We're going to continue that, keep that trend going. And so we thank you. I do have a little bit of logistics to talk about. So immediately following this program, we'd like to have all registered media for the construction site tour assemble over here at the door behind me at the back of the hangar. That's for media. You'll see the signs. Our registered guests for the site tour, the other registered guests outside the media, please be listening for announcements as those will start to occur, and we'll ask and give you direction on where to assemble as well. For the United employees, we do ask you to stay here in the main area. We'll be making some announcements when the mobile lounge is ready to go back to the CD concourse. We don't want folks sitting out in the cold. For those interested in seeing this brand new Airbus A321, we will be announcing the boarding group shortly, so please check your boarding passes. And finally, it's my pleasure to welcome today's speakers and also MWA Chairman Thorne Posen over to the beam here on my left, where we're going to be signing our names into history. So if you wouldn't mind joining me over here at the beam. And then after we're all done and there's some photos that are going to be taken, the beam will be available later for folks to sign their names as well, so we encourage you to do that. All right, gentlemen, grab your markers, and if we can't just line up in front of the beam, and then Scott, we're going to ask you to lead the way, and so.
Something I can do.
There you go. All right. Scott, there you go, sir.
Thank you for joining us. This concludes today's program.
It is remarkable how United has emerged from the worst crisis in the history of aviation as the leading airline around the globe.
I'm so excited for United's future.
I think everyone is feeling really energized, and it's because of all of you.
Ready, set, let's take off. Full blast, got the brakes on. All the doubt, I just shake off. All the cloud got me way up. Ain't no way we backing down. We gon' walk on the clouds till we all become legends. This the future, let it set in. Rising high above the heavens. Come with the vibe that they waiting for. We got desire to fly. We ain't here to pretend. Run with the crew for the fearless contenders. We hotter than embers. We setting the trend. Let's go. We are here to make a difference. We are here to make a change. We are here to make history. We leading the way.
There's major news in the aviation world. The biggest deal ever by a U.S. carrier.
We have the best fleet in the industry.
We are the future. New worlds in the palm of our hands. We are the thunder. Shake 'em off, shake 'em off. We are the future.
We're making these kinds of investments everywhere.
United Airlines just announced a major expansion at Denver International Airport.
United Airlines broke ground yesterday on a $2.6 billion terminal project at Bush Airport.
Just an incredible expansion.
United's international network, I'm just so bullish about our opportunity to keep growing that.
I love it when a plan comes together. And as I look to the future, we've got so much momentum.
United Airlines is changing an infamous part of the travel experience, boarding.
And by doing this, we're saving 2 minutes.
United Airlines has introduced a new family seating policy, which is fantastic.
We have created a different business model that works and that is winning with customers.
More than anything, it's how you're making customers feel about United Airlines. And that's really the rocket fuel that's helping United become the biggest and the best.
We are running the most reliable operation that we have in history.
We know exactly what we have to do. We know exactly how to get it done. And we have the people who can get it done.
It's a great time to be here.
It's an unstoppable future for us if we just work together, execute, get better every day.
When we say good leads the way, it's not just a tagline, it's in our DNA, it's who we are. So all we have to do is just keep it up, and if we do that, the future belongs to United Airlines.